Don't drop the fan.
I threw it.
Oh, don't throw the fan either. We know you're sad that the season is over, Lana. You don't have to throw the fan.
Am I that sad?
Oh, hello. Hola, hola, hola. And welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea, clearly the real today, in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. And today I'm just drinking some water. As always, hydration. It's important.
It is important. And hello, hola, hola, ole. I am Lana, your resident diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I'm drinking strawberry sunkiss.
Word.
Because it was here and I didn't drink it yesterday, so I'm drinking it today. Yeah, I'm drinking that because I was thirsty. Well, I'm not really thirsty. It probably just go sit there for the rest until I'm ready to drink it later on. But until then, if I was drinking anything, I would definitely be drinking it out of my cup mug.
Cup mug.
Cup mug.
Cup mug. Ow.
And you can get your own cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. I'm looking at you, Mexico.
Cup mug. Well, it's over.
It's over.
Drag Race Mexico season 1 is over. We have a winner.
Bittersweet ending because I'm happy it's over for one less thing to cover because one less Drag Race to cover. But it was an enjoyable season.
Yeah.
I enjoyed these girls. I enjoyed this season. I enjoyed everything about it. So sad to see it go. Happy to have one less thing to talk about, but that's not saying much because we just add more stuff in this place. So
true that. So yes, we're going to be talking very briefly about the reunion and then pretty briefly about the finale, honestly, because it. What I will say about both the reunion and the finale for Mexico is they were succinct. They were to the point. Yep. They didn't add too much fluff. They talked about what they needed to talk about. We saw what we needed to see. And I was here for it, honestly.
Same.
So, very briefly touching on the reunion. Did anything specifically stand out to you, Lana?
I mean, I was just happy to see everybody. It was nice to see everybody, and I loved how they went through each girl and talked to each girl about, how they felt about the show and their experience, their time on the show. Everybody had their moment, and so I was like, oh, I love that. I love that that was literally the finale. Everybody was talking, and getting their moment to talk about their experience, and it was lovely. I enjoyed it. I wasn't like, oh, this finale. So it was a lovely finale. I just enjoyed listening to everybody's experience about the show.
Yeah, and from what we understand, this was filmed before they filmed the finale. So this was filmed. They hadn't gone home and watched anything yet.
Right.
Which is different from how they normally do it anymore. So I found that interesting. But I also enjoyed it. I love that the first thing they talk about is, well, Miss Vallarta, Vermelha, Serena, all three of you were the only people to lip sync in the first 3 episodes of the season. Why?
Right. Like,
all possible permutations of the 3 of you lip syncing happened. um, it was lovely to see all of them. I love that we got a very open and honest conversation about the fact that Margaret did not deserve some of the critiques that she got.
Exactly,
And she was
because
upset about it, as she
as she
should.
should be, because we were upset about it too. I was like, y'all, we're not fair
No.
to Miss Ya and Ya. That's it. That's it. You weren't fair. Period. Mm-hmm.
And then all the top 4 got messages from their family, which was sweet and lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
That was
But
great.
what I want to talk about is our announcement of Miss Congeniality. The girls voted.
They did.
And it's Lady Kero. Yay!
We
I was
love
so
that.
happy.
We love that for Lady Kero.
We do.
We love it for Lady Kero so much. She deserved. It was funny how the votes that came out, and they were like, Pixie and Vermelha voted for each other. And they were like, yes, we did. It's like, that was cute. But everybody
I was like, really, y'all? Really? But yeah. So, do we want to talk here about fan favorite, or do we want to save it for later?
I guess you could say it now because I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Oh, so Paramount Plus Mexico announced that in addition to the Miss Congeniality award that the queens were going to vote on, the fans were able to vote for their fan favorites. Which is a lovely. Well, it's a lovely callback to Valentina, because when Valentina won Miss Congeniality on season 9, there was a whole moment. I'll add it to the moments of things you need to react to, Lana, where she's called fan favorite instead of Miss Congeniality. So I thought that was a very clever way to go about doing all of this. But yes, what is your guess?
My guess for fan favorite is Miss Matraka.
Matraka, traka, traka! Yay!
I did not know, though. I had no idea that they did that. So that's great. Did she win anything?
I don't know.
Oh.
Did Lady Kero win anything?
I think she won something. I think she won a prize of some money.
Oh. I hope she did.
I think she did. I think she won like 20,000 pesos or something.
Oh, good. That's good. But yes, I was very happy. I voted for Matraka. Because
why not?
She was my fan favorite. So
she was my fan favorite as well.
Work fan favorite. Yeah, let's talk about this finale, because, like I said at the start, it was pretty succinct. Not too much happens. The top 4 comes in because they're still the top 4 and no one went home. And they come back into the workroom the next day. Lolita and Valentina walk in. And we were wondering whether it would be like some song by Lolita or Valentina, because neither one of them are incredibly musically inclined, or whether it would be something else. Oh no, just, a casual lip sync music video to a Thalia song.
Yep.
No big deal.
No,
just Thalia.
It's just Thalia.
Just Thalia. I was like, so that's where the money for the season went.
Period.
Got it. I was like, that's that Paramount Plus money right there. Thank you. But yeah, so we find out that the final challenge is a music video with very elaborate choreography for A Quien Le Importa. Obviously by Thalia. A Quien Le Importa. I still have that stuck in my head. It's still stuck in my head. And it's the out, up, I think was the choreo. Or it was up, out, out. Literally. I'm like, So the girls, there's no verse writing because we already did that this season.
I mean, it's Thalia's song. Verses was written already.
Thalia, yeah, we don't need to do anything.
Don't do nothing to her song.
No, we're good. We don't need to do anything.
No.
But yeah, so the girls end up going to do choreography. And what stood out to me was they cut to Regina Voce, Queen of the Universe, in the confessional, and she's like, well, he looks good, and I know he tastes good too. And I'm like,
oh,
Regina Voce, Queen of the Universe. Hello? And it's like, it's not brought up publicly at all. So I'm like, does she know this person?
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's crazy to me because it's like, this is such a small world, and it feels like everybody. I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like everybody in their communities where they live, the gay community, everybody seems to know everybody, and like,
oh no, darling, that's an assumption. You assume everybody knows everybody, which is the case.
Well, I'm like, you think they all seem to know everybody, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen him, or I know him in the best way possible. It's just like the whole thing with watching these shows. It's like they all run in the same circles. Oh, yeah. They all know each other. Oh, yeah. They've all seen each other, and they know what everybody's look like.
Oh, my favorite thing is if I'm talking to a homosexual, I can turn to my roommate and be like, and he's like, just like show him the photo and be like, oh no, don't. That happens more often than not. Just don't. No. Don't even think about it. I'm like, okay, noted.
That's so funny to me.
Gay culture is stupid. It really, honestly, is just stupid. But yeah, they do their choreography, and then we get Lana's favorite part. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Dun, dun.
That is my favorite part.
Dun.
Well, at least it didn't come after something like,
oh my god, my parents loved me. I saw this TikTok. It was from Dimension 20, which is a D&D TikTok account. And it was like, oh yeah, I had this kid say that his D&D character was left as an orphan, raised by wolf parents, and was avenging his wolf parents' death, or like something like that. I don't know why that related to what I was just saying. I don't know.
Okay, because
I forgot the connection.
I was saying that has to do with what I was talking about.
What were we just talking about?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't remember.
Okay, we're moving on.
Regardless,
we go to the runway.
We are absolutely going to the runway. Lolita and Valentina.
They ate this week up.
They
ate this week up.
Yeah.
Both of them ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of my favorite parts about this season has been the fashion, because the fashion has just been correct the whole time. So
yeah, Lolita and Valentina looked amazing, and I was like, yeah,
good.
They both look good. No comparison. No one better than the other. They both looked amazing. Ugh, so good.
Yes. We get the performance looks. I love that they started in the black and white.
Me too.
And then moved to the main stage in color. I did like that.
That was a good little thing. I was like, okay. I mean, everybody gave us a bodysuit, different types of bodysuits.
Yeah. Some bodysuits similar to others.
Yep. And Regina said, I'm coming out in red.
And Gala said, I'm going to wear red hair if you're wearing a red bodysuit.
And Matraka
And then
said, well, I wear
Matraka
blue hair if I'm wearing a black bodysuit.
and Cristian said, I'm just going to look like a slut.
I am wearing silver all the way
Silver.
through.
Sure.
Period. I wasn't mad at it. It wasn't
No,
too distracting. It wasn't like,
I don't think anyone did remarkably better than anybody else, if I'm being
no.
honest.
Me too. I thought it was very even
They were all
keel.
very good. They all got
Mm-hmm.
the choreo. I think the person that struggled the most with the choreo was Regina.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think everybody did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you all.
Good for all of you.
Yay.
It was a good video. It was a good ending. I love the ending when everybody came out. It was just a beautiful
I was like,
moment. It
everybody.
was like, oh, they're all here. It was so cute. I love that. And I didn't expect it, so I was like, yay. That was nice. It was really nice. I enjoyed
I know,
seeing
I was
that.
like, Margos is back.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never see them again until they go to
the very end. Bring back my girls.
girls. And speaking of, category is finale eleganza. I don't know what the actual, what did they call it?
My best drag.
Oh, I always default to finale eleganza.
It's my best
Same
drag.
thing. Same thing. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's look at Lolita and Valentina one more time.
Oh, okay.
Because we can.
All right.
I put it in a weird order today. But
You did, but all right. Oh,
Miss Vallarta. Oh, yeah, we're talking about everybody.
All right.
Miss Vallarta.
Mm-hmm. Miss Vallarta.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Vallarta. I see why you went home first. Unfortunately.
Not that.
I don't like this.
I don't either.
Unfortunately, I don't like this.
She looks like a mother of the bride.
A mother of a very tacky bride.
I know.
I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Either.
But I love her.
I don't get. I understand that the pink skin is her signature.
Yes.
But I just wish we hadn't seen it just one
time. One time. Right.
One time it would have been nice.
Yeah.
Because with this garment, it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
I don't like the way that it's tiered. I don't know why it's like. It looks like she put on like a flouncy blouse
over a
and
skirt.
Pant, but then put pants on underneath in the same fabric, and then wrapped everything in tulle.
Yeah, it's just not a good look.
And then put flowers on her hips. I like the hair and the headpiece. Oh. Scores.
Oh, we're scoring. Oh. Oh.
That is typically what we do here, Lana.
Yeah. I don't want to plead for anybody today.
Same.
So I won't. But I will give this a... I like 20% of this look, so I'll give it a 20.
I'm going to be more generous than I normally am, and I'm going to give it a 50.
I just don't like it. We move.
We do move. Sorry, Lady Fire or Miss
Sorry,
Vallarta.
Miss Vallarta.
Next up, Vermelha Noir.
I knew, giving this woman some time, giving her time to do what she does would be a payoff, and it was. This was amazing. This is a great. I love this. I love the exaggerated hips. I love the horns on the hips. I love the dress. I love the horn on her headpiece that matched the horns on the hips, and the makeup. I love the golden shimmy lip. I love this look. This is what I wanted from her. This
It's
is
so
what I
good.
wanted from her, but I know it takes time for her to give us all of this. And this competition wasn't going to allot her the time she needed to get all of this done.
She is the perfect example of amazing at drag and just not maybe the best at Drag Race.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Scores.
Overflowing with this look. She looks
Overflowing.
gorgeous. She looks
For sure.
gorgeous.
Absolutely. Pixie Pixie.
From one to another. Ugh.
It's pants.
It's
Lana.
pants. Oh my
It's
God, it's pants.
pants.
Oh my God, it's pants.
Oh my god, it's pants. I love it.
I love it. I love it. And it's not just black and white. It's giving us color.
It's red.
And it's red. It is fire red. And I love everything about it. The pants, the hair, the back piece, the big heart on the waist. I love this look.
It's so. I wish we would have seen more of her on the show.
Me
I really
too.
do.
It's so disappointing because I wanted to see a whole lot more. But yeah, scores overflowing for me as well.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Hello.
Duh.
Yes. Duh.
Duh.
Serena Morena. I love her.
I know you do.
I almost voted for her for fan favorite. I
Did
really
you?
almost did. I really almost did. And I figured Matraka would probably win regardless. But I love this on Serena. I think she looks so beautiful. I love how exaggerated now her makeup is. I think that really suits her face shape in a nice way. And the way she's been doing her makeup over the last couple of months that this show's been airing, I'm really, really enjoying it. I love this hair. It's big enough. It's understated. The gown is lovely. I like the tulle on the back and the just straight up pencil skirt. I think she looks incredible.
She looks beautiful. She looks beautiful. She looks stunning. Love the white on her skin. I love the hair. I love the nails. It's beautiful.
I love it. She looks so good. Ah, she looks so good. Scores.
I will give Miss Serena Morena, not Rella.
Morena.
I don't know why I keep putting an L in her name. Serena Morena.
Serena Morena.
I don't know why I do that. But Miss Serena gets a 95 from me.
It's fall. It's fall. I love it. I love it. Argennis.
This shocked me. I was not expecting this.
Argennis said, "Oh no, you're not getting my $2,000 gown that I paid for. No, 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 no.
I will be saving that for something else.
I will be saving that for when you call me for Global All Stars." And I don't blame her.
I don't either.
With that being said, I don't like this, but I don't.
Oh. I was. What? Huh? Hmm?
That's suspicious.
That's interesting. It was interesting.
It's very it's differently different.
Differently different.
Very much so differently different.
You wouldn't expect something to look like that, but it does.
No. You wouldn't want to try this because it wouldn't turn out good for you.
But she did.
But she did. Scores? I know. I'm like, I don't know what to score this.
I'm going to stick with my 20. because I like her 2 space buns.
Well, if I gave Miss Vallarta a 50, I think I have to give this like a 40.
I don't know. I love her makeup and her space buns. 25.
Chin up, you look beautiful, but
Gorge.
Magos. So this is the only full body shot of the look.
That's insane.
But I wanted to make sure to show
all makeup.
All of her incredible makeup as well.
She got hands on her head. Margot got hands on her head.
I love it.
She's so weirdly weird, but in the best way. And it's so, I love her makeup. I don't care what nobody says. She ain't have to change an ounce of her makeup at all. That's her style. That's her aesthetic. That's who she is. And I love and respect her for that. So, and I love her weird, wacky, like costumey styles. Like she picks the most weirdest, quirkiest things and she puts them together. I love it. I'm a fan.
I love this. So the whole inspiration was like sort of like Candyland, but make it like on an acid trip.
Love it.
At least that's the interpretation I'm getting from this. I love this. It's so her. It's so good. The hair is good. The garment looks expensive, which unfortunately is not something we always said about Magos during the season, but I adore this. She looks so good. Pink is her color.
Yep.
I love her.
Me too.
Scores.
I will give her 90.
It's gonna be full as well, honestly. I'm either one end or the other today. There's no in between today.
Okay.
Lady Kero.
I love Lady Kero. I don't know if I love this dress, but I love Lady Kero. She looks amazing. Her makeup's great. I love that she just simply slicked back her hair and was like, show off the face, show off the makeup, show off the dress. I love the look overall. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of all of the dress.
Fair. I'm not in love with it, if I'm being honest. I literally just said there was no one in between. This is the in between, actually. Yeah, I mean, I like the embellishment that's happening. I like that the hair is very understated. The makeup always looks good. It's just not my absolute favorite garment, but I do think she looks really good. So,
yeah.
Scores.
For me, I will give this a 85.
I'm gonna give it a 90.
Okay.
Because I still think she looks good.
She looks great.
And now on to our finalists, starting with Cristian Peralta.
I mean, beautiful gown. She looks very clean, very beautiful. Beautiful gown. Yeah.
I liked it better in the lip sync when she took off the skirt. I'm gonna be honest.
I liked it better when she took off the skirt and she took off the orange hair. Honestly,
Agreed.
I think she looks beautiful in that. But
we will talk at length about all of that.
Yeah, we'll do. But I think this is a beautiful gown. Very what I expected of Cristian.
Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me all that much. That honestly, it doesn't surprise me that we got 2 wedding gown finales. Like I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. I'm surprised more people haven't done it.
Right.
This would be the second and third, I believe. Across all franchises. I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean she looks gorgeous. I can't say she doesn't, because she does.
She does.
So the scores.
97. She looks gorgeous.
A full.
Yeah.
Will say that.
I gave Cristiano 97 because I thought this one was better.
Oh, I think Regina Voce outsold Cristian for sure.
This one was better for me. I was like,
love. Oh, it's so 80s. It's so 80s, which is what they've been saying to her all season. But I love it.
It's 80s with a modern twist to it because
that is Regina Voce.
Because it's like in the 80s they would never have a see-through dress like that with the bodysuit. But the modern twist of it will show the sexiness, and it's giving 80s shoulders, sexy, modern. She outsold. She outsold.
I loved it.
I love this one more than the other. That's why I did not give Cristian full, because this one is definitely getting a full.
This one's getting an overflowing for me.
It's just so good.
The train.
Yes.
I love that it's boots underneath with all the leg exposed, but not really exposed, but kind of exposed.
That's so good.
I love Regina Voce.
Yeah,
I do. I really do.
So good. So good.
Matraka.
This is so beautiful.
It's so good.
This was so dang beautiful. And you could tell that this was like hand embellished. Like she made this. Like, this was so pretty. And the makeup and the hair and everything about this was perfect. Perfection. There was nothing wrong with this. Nothing was wrong with this. The proportions was perfect. It hit the floor perfectly. Her makeup was perfect. The nose rings.
Floral.
The hair to the bottom. Oh, nothing was wrong with this look. This was perfection.
Duh.
Absolutely duh. Oh my God, it's under the sea with the Titanic with the pieces cut. Duh.
And last up is Gala Varo.
She looks stunning.
And I love this too.
She looks stunning.
I love these big cardboard, whatever these big spiky pieces are. I love it. And I love how they moved. And I love how it was basically just like a corset made of these two and strings.
Yeah.
And I love that when she moved, it showed off her chest, because that feels very Gala Varo.
Yep.
This for me was so perfectly Gala, but finale.
If I had one small critique.
The hair?
No, I kind of love the hair. If I had one small critique, I wish the panel in the back was that same color red, instead of it being that whatever the board was made out of. It was that color. It was like a brown. I wanted it to be that red, so it seemed like very 3D effect, like it's red all the way around. And when she turns, it's just all red, and it's just, that was my only small critique, and it's so small and minute. But she looked beautiful. The way that dress slanked down her body, and then that train was super long, and she had the wrist thing to hold it up, and it was just and the way she stood on that runway and just in that pose where it was like an arch over and it was a hump up. She looked stunning.
Period.
Yeah. It was a full for me.
Overflowing for me.
It was a full for me. Ugh, so good.
Well, they make them talk to their tiny selves, and I hate this part, and I'll be honest, I skipped through it.
I always loved that part.
I don't.
You wouldn't want to talk to your tiny self.
Absolutely not.
Then that's therapeutic, Logan. You need to look at your tiny self.
It would be a very therapeutic moment for me. I don't want to watch other people do it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like that should be a private thing for them to experience for themselves.
I enjoy
And I
it.
feel like I get that.
I think it's very sweet, and I think it's nice for them to have that moment of like being on this stage, being there in the moment where they are right in that moment where they're the most happiest. Like, we're here, we've made it. Look at our accomplishments. To look back at your younger self and say, you are going to be okay, regardless of what we went through and what we've done in our past. Just know that you are a light of love and shining, and you're a star, baby. And I love that for them. It was sweet. I like those moments, and they do it on every franchise, so I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's still never going to be my favorite moment.
Hmm. But after they talk to their younger selves, they go back to the workroom,
And not
and
everyone's there, and I'm like, why? Bring in
yeah,
all the girls. Bring back my
bring
girls.
back my girls. But they're not. They're
Oh,
just
meanwhile, this whole episode is sponsored by Sprite.
Sprite.
Because when they're doing their out of drag talks earlier with Lolita and Valentina, which we
Sprite.
brushed by because I forgot they happened, honestly. I was like, Sprite.
Sprite.
Okay.
Sprite. Look, I like Sprite. I would drink Sprite.
See, I love cranberry Sprite.
You always like extra stuff in your.
I
You're
do.
so extra. Just give me a Sprite.
But cranberry Sprite is so good, Lana.
Just give me a Sprite.
But cranberry Sprite, Lana.
I don't like cranberries, so just give me a Sprite.
That's really unfortunate.
No, it's very fine. Give me a Sprite.
Okay, fine. Give me back my Navy Silk Charmeuse.
Oh God, we are not cross contaminated.
Not cross contaminated.
That's what I said.
Oh my God. Well, so we go back to the runway, and this is normally the portion of the program where they're like, insert queen Lana. I'm sorry, my dear. This is not your time.
Right.
And we typically get that. No, all four of them are lip syncing for the crown, and I knew going in. I was like, oh God, this is gonna be rough. And I didn't know what to expect, and what we got was nothing like I had expected.
But
I was like, there's four people on the stage.
Everybody kept making it sound like it was going to be super horrible. And I was like, okay, I'm waiting for it to be super horrible. I didn't find it to be super horrible.
I'm going back and forth, and I'll explain my whole thoughts. So they lip sync to El Me Mintió by Amanda Miguel. So I've been on a journey with this lip sync. I watched it the first time, and I hated it. I was like, this is too much. All of them are doing too much. None of them are fitting the song. None of them are like, it felt like they were trying to give the emotion, but were giving like weird hysterics instead. And that was the first time I watched it. And then I watched it again. And I was like, okay, let me individually watch everyone by themselves. So then I watched it 4 more times and paid attention to one specific person each time. And I still don't love this lip sync by any means of the imagination, but I do think all of them did a good job. I think there are just like, I don't understand why Cristian took off her wig to reveal a bald cap, to then reveal another wig, and then cut the wig. None of that made sense. Regina Voce ripping up the flowers, I was like, that feels too much. Matraka was the one that confused me the most. Because the whole time she's doing this like jerking motion as if she's like an animatronic. And so like I was very distracted by the way she was like turning, and like it felt more like she was this like super villain animatronic character than a person lip syncing this song, which was strange. And then Gala just faded for me. So I've left this lip sync viewing experience very confused. And I know you're about to read me to filth because I've been looking at your facial expressions this whole time. But I just have to be honest with myself, Lana, and that's how I felt.
I appreciate how you felt.
And thank you for letting me get all of that out before you read me to filth.
Because you are wrong.
Okay.
Because, and I understand why it might seem like hysteria and confusion and all of that. But the emotion of that song, and I don't know what the song says, but I felt what the song said. And I felt what the song was. And the emotion behind that song felt of desperation, of trying to get my voice heard, hoping you hear me what I'm saying. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what they're saying, but that's what I felt from the song as it was being sung. It was like a longing, a desire, a wanting. And I'm like, if I'm singing with all of the emotion behind a wanting and a desiring and a passion and a feeling of hopelessness and like, why aren't you listening to me? Why don't you hear me? All of what they did made sense because I'll start with Regina. When she was singing and the desperation of, like, even in her wedding dress, and I'm putting stories with each of them as their look was portrayed in. So Regina with the wedding dress, and I felt like her backstory of this song was maybe she got stood up at the altar, and it's like, oh, why would you do this to me? I put so much time. I loved you with my heart and my soul, and I wanted to give you every part of me, and you left me. And I was I don't know if that's what the song is saying, but it felt that was her story. And she's ripping it up like, you ripped my heart out of my chest when you did what you did. And I felt the passion in the moment of the wanting and desireness and the longingness.
So I just looked up what the translation is. El me mintió translates to "he lied to me."
See?
So yeah.
See? Like I said, I don't know what it meant, but I just felt like it was like, you did me so wrong, and my passion, you ripped my heart from my chest, and that's what they were all giving me. It was like, and then when she took off the bottom of the dress and then she took off the orange wig, it was like, all of this beauty that I put for you, did all of this for you, and you lied to me. So now I got to get. She went through that whole thing of that most women go through when we get our hearts broken, and it's that transformation. We take off what you liked about us, and now I have to be what I like. So she took that hair off, and she had the long hair that he probably loved her in her long hair, and she cut it off. She gave me a waiting to exhale moment, like, cut my hair. I don't want it anymore because this is what he liked, and he does not deserve my he doesn't deserve that. And so that I felt that from her when she started cutting the hair, was like, oh, she is transforming herself because he whoever just destroyed her. And same thing with Matraka. Like when she was standing and the whole animatronic thing, she was being very musical, and the beat was like boom, 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 boom. So she was doing that. She was giving us more choreography as well. And then her end was where she was feeling emotion when there was no music, no words. And she was like, I'm entering my whole former self. I'm mustering up all the courage that I have. And that's what she was like. She's free. And then with Gala, she was giving us the desperation. She was falling over the floor. Everything was in her face and in her eyes. I felt all of their emotions, every single one of them gave us that song, they were so upset and so heartbroken that they were lied to by this person that they loved.
Mm-hmm.
It was desperate. It was supposed to be manic. It was supposed to be desperate. It's supposed to be wild and crazy because that's the
Sure.
emotions we feel when we feel like our heart has been broken and ripped apart. So I felt it with my whole heart. I loved this performance actually. I thought it was so good. I thought it was wild, it was crazy. The stage was a mess at the end. But Christian had smeared her makeup all over her face and cut the hair, and Matraka was like, and
Yeah.
Regina tore off up all her flowers, and Gala's
Mm-hmm.
clothes was all down. She just took things. I loved it. I thought they gave their all in it. It made sense to me in that moment watching it.
You know, you've convinced me for sure. Like thinking about like the lyrics and like hearing that perspective. No, you're right. 100%.
Yeah. I just felt it. I felt it when I was watching. I was like, oh, I like this. Is
Yeah.
it my favorite lip sync of all time? Probably not. But it's not the worst for me, and I really did like it. I would watch it again just so I could. I would watch it again. I liked it.
Don't watch it 6 times like I did.
I liked it.
Don't do that. I would not suggest doing that. But we have a winner.
We do.
The Mexico's first drag superstar is Magos. No, I'm kidding. It's Cristian Peralta.
Yay, Christian! Woo!
I can't say it's done deserved.
Woo!
I'm not even mad at Cristian himself. I'm mad at production for making it literally impossible for anyone else to win. So that's where I'm at personally. But I think Cristian is a great winner for this franchise. I did love. Did you see their live reaction
I did
to winning? One of the funniest ones. So Cristian is super emotional when it's announced, obviously, but then gets on the mic, and you can tell she's been nervous all night, and maybe had a few too many things to drink. She's in the middle of her winning speech, and she falls over on the stage.
Oh wow!
Just full on, just falls. And Regina has to like pick her up and hold her up so she can finish. And all the time she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow!
So funny.
Wow!
Like, you better, girl. That's how I want to win Drag Race too, honestly.
I mean, you guys.
That is how I would want to win Drag Race. Like, I love it.
I love that.
But yeah, that's Drag Race Mexico Season 1.
Yay!
Overall, a great cast.
Yes.
A good season.
Yes.
A solid first season.
Yes.
I am excited to see what comes next from
Me
Drag
too.
Race Mexico.
Me too.
Now, some people have commented this. We are very aware that I think at the time we're filming this, La Mas Draga Season 6 starts in I think 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
We are very aware.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot promise that we will cover it. I would like to personally, because I've heard a lot of amazing things about La Mas, and I would love the opportunity to watch it because Magos was on it and did very, very well, and I love Magos, and Gala was on it, and I'd love to see Gala but with less experience in drag. And I've seen bits and pieces, and everything I've seen has just been so good. So we might, it is a solid might. We might cover La Mas Draga. Lana's looking like she does not want to because there's already a lot of television going on. We might make it a refilled series for our channel, potentially for our upcoming membership thing, which will come out very soon. But I want to, and I'm putting it out into the universe, and hopefully we can find other people that want to as well. So I think the whole thing's on YouTube. So because I saw the promo and they said "fuck you, Drag Race Mexico" in the best way. It was so good.
I might have to see the promo.
Oh, the promo is so good.
Send me the link afterwards.
I'll send, yeah. But with all of that being said, thank you so much for joining us for.
No.
Okay, fine. Draft update. Lana won.
Don't be that way. Don't be that way. Because you are not that way to all the franchises. We are not going to do that to Mexico. We will announce the draft update like we normally announce the draft update. We will not do this to Mexico because we are in our feelings about things. No, ma'am, Pam, no. No.
Okay.
Mexico, I got y'all. I got y'all back. We're not going to do this. We're going to take the time. Because I'm sure I understand why we didn't want to just go right into it. But we're going to take the time. I'm going to give Logan the time to get things together. We're going to talk about this draft update like we should. Because all of these girls deserves to be talked about as we drafted all of them.
I agree. So what I did for the final draft results is that I normally do Miss Congeniality wins 5 points.
Yes.
I ended up doing that for both Miss Congeniality and for fan favorite.
Good.
To make it fair across those two things.
Very fair.
So I was doing math wrong there for a second in my head.
Not math wrong.
I'm not doing math wrong. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lana still wins, but there is a point value to happen. So,
yes.
We all know I lost. Very, very, very much so. Loser. Lost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did a lot of losing.
Mm-hmm.
David ended up in second place with 55 points, and Lana did win our draft for this season with 66 points.
Yay. Thank you.
So, now, thank you so much for joining us for this season of Drag Race Mexico. When season 2 comes out, we'll be back to cover it.
We will.
We will be here. In the meantime, there are thousands upon thousands of Drag Race seasons happening at any given time. So we are currently covering Drag Race Philippines.
I love that. So
Me
much.
too. As well as Drag Race Germany, Drag Race Down Under, and Drag Race Brazil. Yep. We've got the Drag Race Down Under finale next week, so we're gonna be back to 3 franchises for a little bit, which I think is gonna be lovely.
Lovely.
I'm very excited.
Me too.
But only for a very short period of time.
Yep, because UK is coming. Yep.
And Canada.
And Canada is coming.
And then Italia. And then allegedly Canada versus the World 2, even though I don't think they've started filming that. So I don't know how they're going to put that out this year. And also, but remember, Lana, España All-Stars. Is also happening this year. So, and then by that time, it'll be January and we'll get UK versus the World 2 and we'll get season 16. We'll be back in the youth. The oos. Back in the oos. But for now, we're going to take a little bit of time outside of Drag Race in North America for a brief moment. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all of the support on our coverage of this season of Drag Race Mexico. We seriously, seriously appreciate it. Y'all have been absolutely incredible every single week for us in the comments. And I hope that you like what we did with this season and are continuing to watch Drag Race. And if you're not continuing to watch Drag Race, I hope you continue to watch us talk about Drag Race. So, and if you're a reality TV fan of any kind, really, go follow our second channel, The Cup TV. We're doing a lot of for like in a couple of weeks, we will actually be shifting to doing more reality content than drag content, and I kind of love that. Make sure to go check all of that out as well. And yeah, thank you again for all of your support. We appreciate it. Subscribe, hit all the buttons except for the dislike, and if you hit the dislike, hit it twice. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod for all of the most up-to-date cup news and our funny moments because we are some funny bitches. And while you're down in the description, you could follow me and Lana because we're also pretty cool. And you can go get merch.
Her.
If you get a cup mug, tag us on social media and we'll probably all freak out about it.
I will definitely freak out about it. If you get
will absolutely freak out about it.
If you get this cup mug and you take a picture and oh my God, I will send you a special shout out on my personal page and on my Instagram. So
yes. And with all that being said, cheers, Lana.
Cheers, Logan. Woo. Adios, everyone.
Adios.
We love you, Mexico. Mwah.
Te quiero mucho.